Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Take a look, the two-headed Vic. It's time for New Sports, where you get the sports zone. That's right, grab your jock strap, put it on real tight, clench your cheeks. It's time for New Sports. Yeah, run around in your gym socks, Stinky.
You know what? I think, for all of you guys who really go like, that's not the sports report we're used to. I think it's his most entertaining time is when he gets to this part. See, while I try to enjoy him imparting good news and goodwill to everybody, hope and faith, he waits to dump on my sports report intro.
Well, mostly I relied because I knew today that the good news would come from within the sports, Vic, and within the hot picks. That's why we have, see, what they call balance.
That's right.
Balance in the programming. Right. I shock you a little bit.
Chase you away.
Get
make
you
leave the room.
But then you get to, now you know that wonderful bodies and eye candy is coming and wonderful sports talk about all the young honey buns that was balling the other day.
The honey buns. He's using the term honey buns. I can't
know what
believe
a honey bun is?
Well, man, little shorty is, it's a little bit
little
past
shorties.
That. Yeah.
There's all the fine little shorty ballers.
Right.
Coming with something.
Well, the true shorties are not short if you look at this wonderful trophy for Texas A&M. And I'm going to say this, congratulations first and foremost to the Aggies. I got to give it to them. Bottom line, they put it down, man.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this first. Let me tell you why I really, it's a celebration, but I think it also went away from something that was not as acknowledged as much. We were so busy watching Skylar Diggins try to lead Notre Dame to a win. It was like her and a few of her teammates were doing it.
She's some fine mama jamma.
Right. Now, she made some critical or untimely errors at the last, but she was trying to make it happen. Kobe Bryant style. I may make some mistakes, but I'm trying to make you win.
Yeah.
But Danielle Adams, I'm sorry, man. I said Baby Shaq. I said you guys got to watch out for Baby Shaq.
Else. Agile, quick on her feet.
Yes.
Working that weight.
Yes, sir.
The female version of Big Baby.
Hey, and I say this because she's 6'1", and at 6'1", 230, she's playing center. And all they did, it reminded me more of Charles Barkley in the female sense, because she was basically, give me the ball underneath. No one could touch me. You couldn't get close to me. And she scores half the points, gets 9 rebounds, 30 points. It's almost she went kind of under the radar. And I said I believe that the game was going to be led by who they're going to wrap the celebration around. I think everybody wanted Skylar. I did. I voted for her because she looks good. She is good. And
there's a lot of heart the way she plays. And it's not like Notre Dame didn't get hip and really adjusted to her, giving her more pressure because they had the long arms and the height on her.
Right.
But it's how she still managed to score around and in between them.
Yes, sir.
Just phenomenal, just effort and hustle. And for her size to think that she played, Vic.
Yeah.
39 out of 40 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. And what they were saying, it was interesting because the one thing that Texas A&M couldn't do against Notre Dame that they got away with Stanford is Stanford's a big team and they do what they call more half court. So they got to do a lot of pressing and then knew that they can actually time it and then move to press, come back, but they know they could extend the pressure. But with Notre Dame, they got two wonderful point guard, off guard, who can get around them, which makes them work harder. You saw the exhaustion with about 2 to 3 minutes left. Texas A&M coming across half court, and I'm going, Notre Dame's already back on defense. So you saw that they were fresher, Notre Dame. But they just, the game handles at the point guard, and Skylar was doing the best she can. But when you can come down court from the Texas side and just dump it into the low man in the post and low woman, Daniel, she made it so easy in converting the points to me. I said, you guys could have done this in the first half of the game.
It's very interesting because it was a close game, really.
Yeah, very close.
It was a really close game, and it was just amazing the difference in styles.
Right.
But just good basketball to watch.
Which leads me to this point before we get into this question. You look at some of the numbers we have here, it shows that it's one of the top shooting performances of a championship for women. All time. You look at it, you go, wow, their rating is very high. It's the 5th best shooting percentage, 54.7%. So it was a good and well-played game. The men, I hate to say, took a back seat to me. I
don't mind saying that.
Yeah, they did. They took a back seat.
Yes, take a seat back. Or a back seat.
Right.
Take a seat back.
Right. Now
let's get some back.
Now let me go to this other part. Now, was the women's game a better entertaining game than the men? We both says yes, right? Now, here's the part that's going to be kind of tricky. What was the more memorable of the a game from your perspective? What did you remember from the game that you can say, here's the stamp on the game as it relates to why I liked or enjoyed the game? Was it a pivotal point? It doesn't matter.
I like the extreme competitiveness, the back and forth. Women's ball is not the same ball from when I first started watching it in college.
Right.
Okay. It just isn't. The athleticism of the ladies is so wonderful.
Right.
And, and another thing is that Texas A&M had a couple of good lookers, too.
Yeah.
So, I am a man.
Yeah, so you got go.
So you mean
right.
So, we're all pigs anyway, whatever.
Right.
So I'm just saying we need to have something to look at, too.
Right.
So I had good balling.
Right.
Okay, great basketball to watch, which
right.
any sports enthusiast who likes basketball would have enjoyed that game.
True.
And then you also had some eye candy.
Of course.
On both sides,
too. Always in the mix.
So, hey, I was happy. All I needed was some hot wings and a sandwich.
There you go. Hey, and I'm going to say this. What was memorable is that we get to see somebody return. I believe, you can check me on this, I think Skylar is going to be back for another 2 years, so it's still early in the game for her. The part that I like is how well-spoken she is. They've already highlighted this part, is that in winning and losing.
Even Adam spoke well.
Right. They're very good as it relates to what they have to do. And they're women who are still young women who are athletically competing against a men's culture of having to be extremely athletic. Then when you hear them talk and you stop, you forget they're not 30, 33, 34, 35 and seasoned as an adult. They're still young women and they perform on the stage that I was blown away what they're going to do with Skylar. I think Skylar, if they come back and are competitive, I see the arms being wrapped around her because she has the look, she has the energy, and she's well-spoken.
You done me proud, as they would say in the old days, right?
Right.
In the old way. In other words, we were so proud of the ladies on both sides. Proud of your... You know what else I liked about it was... To me, I'm old school. I liked the way you competed like good sports.
Right. And I'm going to say this.
I did. It was hard, too, so you could be competitive as hell without all that extra crap.
What's the advantage that the women are going to have as it keeps rolling on? And it's going to be some time, but I think when they say parity is there, it's not going to be necessarily parity as much as that the women stay in college competition for 3 to 4 years. The men, the one and done thing, it doesn't allow you to wrap yourself around them.
Gonna jump. They don't have the same financial incentives to jump to a professional career. For many of them, they know that college is it for them.
That's it. And so when you get that commitment, you get to follow them, and then the seasoning helps them become a better team. And congrats to Texas A&M because their first championship, that's a celebration. And you can hear the exhaustion in their coach. And so for me, hearing how he's speaking about it, he's a philosophical motivator, more of the things around that you don't have to pay attention to. He comes from old school. He's teaching them you don't have to do things or trends just to prove yourself to be good. And they came up through the trenches, and I'd like to see them return next year because I thought this was going to help. Everybody wants to see Connecticut and Stanford so they can say, okay, who's the best of the best? But I actually want to see another team step up so we can look forward to next year having somebody else knock them off the top. So
and the thing is, who could have, even had we seen the other teams play or whatever, I'm not sure we would have gotten a game this competitive, this enjoyable.
Right.
That
Close.
was just a wonderful game.
Yeah, the 3-point shot by White over Skylar right there when there's about a minute to go was so clutch to me. I sat there and said they had 2 seconds to inbound the ball, got it right to White from Texas A&M, and she hit it so clean that I said, wow, now she has to go back and press the offense. So to see Skylar actually go without showing the exhaustion told me she's committed, and I can't wait to see her next year. But as we swing over to the other side of the fence to talk about something that has started, today's Masters is underway. The favorites are probably out there swinging, but we all are watching and dog watching Tiger Woods because why? We follow as he leads. And if he's not leading, we really don't follow in as much. So here's my question, Mario. This is very easy. We're going to handicap where we think Tiger will finish this year's 2011 Masters Championship. And we'll come back Monday. We is.
Okay.
We.
I feel incredibly unqualified, but
No, we're gonna do it.
I'll try to handicap El Tigre.
Well, let me give the categories for those who may be listening but not looking. We're gonna.
Club, by the way. That is a big ass club. To say, where do you get these?
Wait a minute.
These unique pictures with the big ass club, like Tiger.
That's called.
And the clinch. He's about to poot and hit.
I pay well for my photos, man. Just letting you know, I dish out the cheese. So let me just say this. Okay, here's the categories. Is he going to finish 1st to 5th, 10th to 15th? Notice I just skipped over 5th, 6th to 9th.
Yeah, you just left that out.
Reason why. I looked. Here's the one thing.
Confuse us?
You got it.
Numerical challenge once again.
See, my whole thing is this. When Tiger finishes well, he finishes well. He's been floating around the 10th spot, but then finishing worse as he gets up in that area in the top 10, and then it seems like he dips. So the area I've seen him reside in mostly is between the 15th and the 20th spot, and sometimes leaking over to the 20th to the 30th. So Mario, this year, where do you think he will finish? In the top 10? Well,
the 10 to 15.
10 to 15? Okay, you say 10?
Yeah, I think I think he'll pull it up to within the 15.
You think he's going to be in the 15?
But definitely not below 10.
Okay.
Definitely not below.
And
it could easily, you're right, Vic. He could easily be 15 to 20.
Yeah, I'm flirting with 15 to 20. Only because I think he may start off well. And I think the hard part about Tiger is now he's built this thing that I'm not a come-from-behind player. It's been his history. He's a lead dog. When he's in lead position, he does pretty well.
Everything
coming behind
must change.
Is not good.
See, here's the bad thing. Everything must change. They quoted him. They asked him not too long ago,
right,
who did he think was the best golfer?
Yeah, the guy, I forgot his name.
And he still said him.
Because of and I feel bad, you guys. I know I'm supposed to cover this.
That was a setup question for him.
Well, yeah, but see, he's got to show that somebody else is out in the range.
See, he can't bring himself. He can't bring. See, this is the point I said.
Right.
You really can't bring yourself to acknowledge any other players at all.
He acknowledged the guy. I can't remember his name. Though.
Not really. I mean, he still.
No,
how can you say when you playing like that? They said, "Who's the best golfer right now?"
Right.
And he said, "I am." And he was at that time like 12.
Oh, you're talking about passe. I thought you was talking more current, just recent.
No. It was not too long ago, though.
Oh, yeah, because he acknowledged this year's Masters, the guy who has the biggest swing. I forgot his name, and I feel bad because he said, who do you think is going to be the favorite? So he did point out a name, but you are right.
No,
his
I'm
history.
talking about he was asked who was the best golfer.
Right. Yeah.
Not who was going to win the Masters.
Right. And I know it's two different questions, and it's how we're picking it apart. But it's like the championship where the guy from Northern Arizona said, who's the best team in NCAA men's basketball after the final? And he said, I think Ohio State is. I'm looking at their body of work, and I said, so we get votes for body of work or championship?
Well, there you go. Everybody's different.
Right. So let me just do this. I'll say I'm going with 20th position. I'm saying 20. 15 to 20. I'm going to go with 15 to 20, man. You're close to it, man.
But I could easily go 15 to 20. I just know he's going to try to put a Tiger spurt.
He going to put a spurt in there,
Spurt in there. Foo.
Okay. Well, we're going to go over to this other topic, man. You know what, Mark? Do you have bad habits, man?
No, man. All my habits are good.
Wait a minute. Everybody has a bad habit.
Whatever her name is.
Yeah, everybody has a bad habit, and sometimes it's called a condition, and sometimes it's called other things. Well, we have Southern University Athletic Director Greg LaFleur. He has a bad habit, and we're going to find out.